Yeah, I just wanted, I read this wonderful quote. I think the guy's name is Yao Ming. It's a kind of a proverb thing, and the proverb goes like this: what the caterpillar calls the end, God calls a butterfly. And so what I want to tell you is certainly it's important to get ahead of the game. And when you go to my website, and I'm not, I tell you, my job is to help people get healthy. And I sell supplements to that end. If I know where there's a supplement that's better than what I can come up with or cheaper, I'll send you there. The key to this whole thing is you need to get ahead of this thing before you get sick. And the truth is, healthy people don't get sick. I put together this very interesting, and go back to my website. My website's primarily a learning center, and I had them put a card in there so you can order my stuff. But there's lots of learning in there. So if you'll click on health plans, there's this thing that says personalized health plan. And it's a two-step process so that you can go through and figure out what in your life you can change to get closer to a balanced diet, and the things that you can't change because of what your lifestyle is. Those things you can't change are the precise things that need to be accommodated through the use of supplements. And this will step you through it. The measure is, once you get that diet balanced, going forward, your body's going to have the resources it needs to heal itself. What you need to do next is look at the period of time where you've not eaten a balanced diet and see the deficiencies it's created and what's manifesting in your health. And that's the second part of this personalized holistic health plan I put together. And so when you get it going, then what we need to do is support the parts of your body that aren't working efficiently so that we can bring them up to activity too. The idea, and I'm telling you, the idea of this thing is to help you become a butterfly. Your primary function of your body is to sustain itself in a healthful fashion for a finite period of time. They did a project they built this building that was taken away from all external things so they could do a study. It was called senescence, and there's a link on my website to the senescence project. What they wanted to do is determine how long the body is programmed to live. There's a term called apoptosis, which is programmed cell death, and every cell in your body is programmed to reproduce itself a finite number of times and then stop. Degenerative disease is when, through damage or neglect and those sorts of things, your body has to produce more cells than were programmed. So at the end, there's no more room to produce cells, and that's degenerative disease. So the senescence project basically says we should die healthy at about 139 years old. Well, that's not happening. The bad news is most of us are dying sick at around 80. And the bad news is you're spending 10 years of that 80 years of life having whatever quality of life that's left managed with prescriptions and interventions and those sorts of things. What we want to be able to do is to get ahead of that game. I'm not promising everlasting life. What I'm promising is that if you take care of your body, it's going to take care of you. And the job of you is to take a look at what it is you're doing, compare it to what every nutritionist in the world allows you to do. And there's a link to the resource center on my site, and you'll find it under Find. There's a link there called Find, and it'll take you to a resource center. And you can go to Harvard or the University of Michigan, and they will tell you exactly what you should be eating to sustain your body. so that you can become a butterfly. It's your job to take care of yourself. And if you're depending on a doctor reacts to sickness. So in other words, if you're going to wait till you're sick, you're going to go see a doctor, you're going to deal with what a doctor knows how to do. If you can get ahead of this thing and start taking care of your body, then off you go. Marilyn asked a question, and this is an important question. People want to look at, she's asking me about fibromyalgia and diabetes, and those things are diagnosis. That's the way doctors get billed. Fibromyalgia, that simply means that you are having tissue pain. Diabetes simply means that your pancreas is not able to deal with sugar. Both of those are degenerative diseases brought on specifically by dietary choices. They are fully manageable, and I'll be more than happy to speak with you about it. That's why we publish an 800 number. John knows how to get a hold of me. It's right there on our website. So, Marilyn, yeah, my products do it, but the program, this lifestyle holistic supplements that we're offering for sale are designed to fill the gaps so that your body works right. And when that happens, then these symptoms of hand-to-mouth disease, and that's what Marilyn's asking about, is these billing codes that are really symptoms of hand-to-mouth disease, the deficiencies that are created between what you are consuming versus what you should be consuming to sustain your body. So this stuff is, I'll tell you, it's simple to understand, but it's not easy because you end up having all of these movies, advertising clips, if you will, that make you believe that things are more complex than they are. Tricks are for kids is my favorite. Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. It would lead you to believe that those sugary, floury, colored, chemically colored goodies are actually food, and they're not. They're products. And so the very minute you can get done with the fact that the things that your body needs to sustain itself are created by God, the quicker you're going to get to, you eat the stuff that God makes instead of the stuff that people make. And the closer you can get to God's food versus people's food, the better off for your body. Now, we don't live in a society that even emulates the Garden of Eden. So the fact is, we're going to create holes in our diet simply because of commercialization and farming practices and that stuff. The principle behind what I do is to get that diet balance so that the body has at its disposal the substances it needs to flourish and move forward. The way I operate my healing programs is to recognize that over a period of time, the things that the body needs to flourish have diminished. And so we round out what the body needs through diet and supplementation. Then we address the things that aren't working efficiently and bring them up to speed. And if you've got enough time, your body is fully capable of healing itself. If you doubt that, cut yourself and your skin will heal. Your hair grows, your toenails grow, my beard grows. Everything in your body is programmed to reproduce itself for one purpose, and that is to have you live your life in a healthful fashion. So if the nutrients that the body needs to achieve that objective aren't there, it can't do it. If they're there, it can. My job isn't to give you some magic bullet that I discovered in Peru that's going to cure fibromyalgia. My job is to support the body so it can fix itself. I don't need you well, I'd like it if you bought products from me every month. But I'm not a pharmaceutical company. I don't want you buying diabetes medicine, and I don't want you buying blood pressure medicine. I don't want you buying blood thinners. I don't want that to happen. I want your body to work efficiently so that you can get on with your life. And it's your job to give it the stuff it needs. The only way your body's going to get the stuff it needs is for you to select it and put it in your mouth. And if that stuff you're putting in your mouth doesn't have everything you need, it's my job to give you the stuff to fill that gap. That's simple. Well, it's been my pleasure, and thank you, John, for having me. Any of you want to get a hold of me, it's 1-800-704-8910. If you want to send me an email at support@newpro.net. If you want to go to the articles in the Resource Center, it's all free. All you need to do is go in there and start reading. I would be honored if you'd buy my book. I think everybody ought to own it. It'll be on sale. I'd also be honored if you try my products. We work very hard to keep prices in order and to make sure they're going to fulfill the objective that I've set for my products, and that is to fill the gaps in your diet so that your body can function properly. So you won't find me talking about any magical things or any of that stuff. It's just simply a matter of figuring out what to do. I think it's Isla. Isla asked me what is a good place to start. I will tell you, Isla, the best place to start is to go into the health plans and work through the personalized holistic plan. That's going to give you a map for where it is you need to go. You're going to look at where the holes are in the basics that your body needs. Your body needs water, your body needs vegetables, your body needs a little bit of protein. All of you are going to be deficient in vegetables, both green and colorful. The recommendation is 7 to 9 servings of vegetables. 70% of them ought to be green, and a serving is a baseball-sized serving of a vegetable. That means you need to eat 7 servings basically of vegetables that are green and colorful, and a couple servings of fruit. That one's a big deal. The reason you need those fruits and vegetables, that's where the body protects itself. They're phytonutrients. So the colorful ones is where the body gets the protectors. The green ones are where the body gets the cleansers. And if you're not eating them, the body can't protect itself and it can't cleanse itself properly. Very simple. John is right about the Radiant Health RHP1. The Radiant Health Plan was designed to give you basically a 2-step program. First, clean up the mess you made, and then reset the body. So we do a whole body cleanse, step 1. That's a 30-day process. Then we reset the body, starting with digestion. So we rebuild digestion, rebuild the nutrient content so there's something in the pantry for the body to draw on. And once we get through that process, then if you're in a position where you need your immune system supported, there's a process for that. If you need to just support the energy, there's a process for that. Those also work for seasons. So the summer season, it's called RHP3, and it comes with minerals that are going to energize your body. RHP3-2, I think, comes with our Symphony Herbal Aloe Vera. That is a monster support for immunity. But that's a place to start if you want to just buy stuff. I would prefer to have a plan in place. I normally charge $75 for a consultation. I'll give you guys a free hour of consultation if you want it. Be respectful of my time. I have a practice here. But if you'll call and make an appointment, I'll open a schedule for you and we can kind of talk through this stuff. Our objective is to get healthy, and if because of that I earn your business, I would be thankful for it. But I'll tell you, I am going to make you look at things that you're doing that are choices of disease, and the objective is to get you into making choices of health. There's a paper in there that called Choices Have Consequences, and there's another paper on my website called Chem Cuisine, the New Standard Diet. Those are both very enlightening articles. You'll find them in my book, and you'll find them on the website. I believe that. I believe we are making choices that create the condition of sickness, and I believe that through reasonable supplementation and changing choices to be choices of health, that you're going to get somewhere. And that somewhere is that first thing I told you. What's the end to a caterpillar, God calls a butterfly. I'm telling you, you stop making the choices that contribute to sickness and disease, you'll end up being a butterfly. It's excellent the way it works. John, is it time to turn me off? Absolutely. I suggest that Daniel asked, is it true that a parasite is unavoidable and that we need cleansing and detoxing once a year? Yeah, I kill parasites in the spring and fall. When the leaves come, I do parasites. When the leaves go, I do parasites minimally. In terms of whole body cleansing, if you're eating very close to the balanced diet, once you're cleaned up, remember I said that the colorful vegetables are the protectors and the green vegetables are the cleansers. Well, if you're eating roughly 5 to 7 servings of green vegetables, your body can clean itself up anyway. So once we get you clean, you never need to do it again. But if you want to keep making the choices of sickness, then yeah, you better clean yourself once a year, or otherwise it's going to be like those hoarders, you know, people who collect stuff and never throw anything away. And your body's got these little pathways that it's trying to do something with, and you got a mess on your hands. All right. So what else? Is there a cleanse you recommend? Yes, I fully recommend our whole body cleanse if you've not done it before. Ends up being, John, I think it's, what, around $100. But it'll, over a 30-day period, it will eliminate the waste in your body. The key to a cleanse is to manage it in such a way as this debris is going out of you, it's not going to interfere with your life. You have to remember, as you cleanse, the stuff that came into your body is going to do the same thing to you as it leaves. So a good cleanse has got to manage the symptoms of cleansing. It's called the Herxheimer effect. And there's a paper on my website. It's called What You Can Expect During a Cleanse, and it'll explain to you all the things that might happen. We put ours together so we can minimize those things. So while you're cleansing, you're going to get on with your life instead of wishing to heavens that you haven't started a cleanse. So this thing's going too long. Those of you who don't have any questions or want to hear me flap on, say goodbye. If you have questions, we'll go ahead. The side effects, Daniel, I covered in the side effects of cleansing are flu-like symptoms generally. That's what's involved in the whole body cleanse is to manage those flu-like symptoms. To answer your question, go right into the articles under cleansing and click on the one that says what you can expect during a cleanse. And it'll tell you that'll occur to about 1 or 2% of the people that go through a cleanse. The rest of them will sail through a cleanse and never know they did it, except they're going to feel like they had a nice hot shower. There's one for you, Frank. Side effects. I just covered that. I would just, if you'll go into the cleansing part just click on the top of the all products. There's a page dedicated to that. There are two ways you do a cleanse. You either do a whole body cleanse or you target it. And I call targeted cleansing to kill yeast, which was your fibromyalgia question earlier. Clean out the colon and the liver and the kidneys. That's what Move It's all about. Parasites, that's what Popera is all about. Or you can do a whole body cleanse, or you can clean up your digestive tract. So 4 targets: digestion, parasites, colon, and yeast. Whole body cleanse, that's the whole body cleanse is written right there. And you decide if it's spring and you've had a tough winter eating, do a whole body cleanse. If it's not, just do a parasite. If you're having irregularity issues, simply do Move It. It's just simple. Well, thank you. I want Ira, I hope that's the way you say your name. McGinley writes, thank you, I've been motivated to get on with it. I encourage people to respect the vessel that God gave us. And I told someone the other day, and you'll forgive me, but I also happen to be a minister. If someone came into the church and defecated in the corner, your heart would be broken. The reality, this vessel contains our soul. It is your temple. And the fact that you're allowing all of this debris to accumulate in this temple, I almost think it's a bad deal. So I hope I did motivate you guys to clean up your temple. I will tell you, a clean pH balanced body is virtually capable of being the butterfly. And at that point in time, this worrying about what the doctor is going to do and do all this stuff, it's a non-issue because you're never going to get sick. And if you do, you're going to recover very quickly. There was a question about why the liquid aloe, the silver, the Move It, the Propera is in that stuff. Move It cleans out the bowels, liver, kidneys, and does a cellular detox of the interstitial fluids. Aloe moderates the symptoms of the cleansing and supports the immune system. Colloidal minerals are the currency of life, so that's going to energize your body. So the symptoms of flu, which is temperature, are going to be minimized by the aloe, going to perk up the function of the immune system. Silver is going to energize your body, while Move It and Propera are cleaning up the bowels and killing the parasites that are all around your body. So there you go. Any more questions? Okay. Well, then that's it from Castle Rock. I'll tell my horses hello. We're going rodeoing this afternoon. I opened up my schedule this morning for you, but we'll have a big day. I'll just leave with this. I'm 67 years old. I compete in a rodeo, and I never miss a day of work. The people that come in here are 15 years younger than I am, generally have 5 or 6 prescriptions. Their declining and failing health is attributable to inefficiencies of their body. We get their body working, those 6, 7, 8 prescriptions that they're taking start to diminish because the body's starting to do its job, and pretty quick, 60, 90 days, they're starting to get on top of things, and during that time they get a chance to learn how to respect their body, their temple. And when they learn that, only time I ever see them is when they decided that they had a tough time eating enough vegetables, or they had a tough time eating enough green vegetables or colored vegetables, or they figure they've got a deficiency in minerals. And so what they're able to do is create their own personalized program so they know precisely what gaps are in their diet, and they use my stuff to fill it. No magic bullets, no nothing. It's just simply honoring your body so it can get on with its objective, which is to let you die healthy. That's what I want to do. And I'll be your teacher if you want to be a student. You're very welcome. Any more questions? I'll stay here. I don't have to be home till about noon, so we're good. If not, I'll say goodbye. I'll get a head start. Oh, you can, one thing I didn't tell you, there's, you can sign up for that webinar that John took the picture off of. It's a 3-part series. You'll enjoy that. It takes you through how to create radiant health. And I did it in 3-part series. I think each one's about 10 minutes. I think, John, you looked at them. Starts with that picture that John's got there is the introduction to my my webinar. That's my backyard, and that's my my rodeo horse. Her name is Dolly. You watch it. She was listening to me and pushing me around. She had other things on her mind. But it was fun doing that thing. I hope you guys like it. John, anything else? There's still stuff coming. You're welcome, Frank. It's a pleasure. And if you guys need me, why, just call. I'll help you as best I can. Well, the one thing I'd like you to do before you call is do a journal. And what I want you to do is for 3 or 4 days, just write down, and don't change it to impress me. Write down everything you do, what you eat in the morning, what time you get up, what time you go to bed, all the things that go on in terms of what you eat, what you do, and those sorts of things. Then we'll be able to create a lifestyle map. And I am a big fan of lifestyle medicine. So once we have this lifestyle map, from that map, then we're going to be able to create a lifestyle program so that we can do something to modify what that map is telling us you're doing. It's cool.